What up? It's your boy T-Bird, reaction to Today's Music Money. About to get into some direct production with his series on what had happened was to some well-known production tools for the musical industry as well too. As you know, I'm doing the keyboard-based production tool as well too. I realized I skipped over I'm doing it in order of when it was released on the front way from the beginning to the end, and I realized I missed one, and this one is the ROLAND FANTOM X. So we want to check out what had happened was with this keyboard tool known as the ROLAND FANTOM X. Some of the keyboard tools I came across doing these videos are pretty awesome as well too, though. If I was a keyboard as well, I would definitely would cop something like these, and it was well had the money, of course. But other than that, let's see what had happened was with the ROLAND FANTOM X. Let's get it.
Hi, I'm Jim Stout here with another edition of Tips and Tricks for the Phantom X. In this segment, we're going to cover the arpeggiator, the rhythm section, and some effects. So let's have a look.
What's up? You got your boy Direct, aka Native Shades, reminding you to like and subscribe, because today we're going to be talking about the ROLAND FANTOM X series. What happened was
that shit looks cool already. I can't wait to start with this one. That drum look cool already.
The ROLAND FANTOM X came out around 2004. Now, when the Phantom dropped, it had some steep competition with it. You had the Korg Triton, known for its bright sounds, and you had the Yamaha Motif.
Yep,
that was a pretty dope keyboard.
Okay, so maybe it was a good reason I did them two before I did this one. The fact that he mentioned it too as well too. Sorry.
One of the outstanding features about the ROLAND FANTOM when it dropped was that it had so many features. Okay, you have 16 tracks. You got 8 audio tracks. You have USB connection. You have USB MIDI. Okay.
Woo.
You have 16 pads on the unit.
Yeah,
and the pads and the keys are interchangeable.
Oh, nice.
You have time stretch. You have real-time time stretch. You have a time machine on the unit.
See, I knew by looking at it was gonna be a cool device, though. I definitely knew.
Meaning, like, let's say if you're playing something and you play a cool groove, and everybody stops and says, "Hey man, what was that you just played?" And you're like, "I don't know." And they're like, "Do it again." And you're like, "I don't know what I did." All you have to do is the Phantom X has a time machine feature where you can go back 10 seconds and it recalls anything that you did within the 10 seconds. That's crazy. You have a D-beam feature, a beam feature where basically it's kind of weird, but all you have to do is pretty much wave your hand over the keyboard and you're modulating the sound in the keyboard.
Whoa.
So it's like you just wave your hand over the keyboard and you're like, woo, woo.
That's awesome. That's pretty awesome.
The thing is bugged out how crazy this thing is. It has a pretty good sampler and a pretty good sequencer with song mode. You had a feature that was a V-Link feature. Now this feature was so futuristic, we still didn't catch up to it. It's basically a thing where you can hook up the keyboard to like this ROLAND program video, and as you're playing the keyboard, it's basically making effects on the live video you're viewing. So it's like when you're pressing a chord, something will happen, like the clouds will just burst open, or like when you're running your fingers down the keys, all of a sudden you'll see music symbol signs going across the screen. It's pretty cool technology. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we don't see a purpose for it right now, but who knows in the future when we really get fly with this stuff. You can record mute groups. That's pretty dope, you know, those that are used to the MPC kind of workflow where you're using the mute groups and you can actually record them. That's a pretty dope feature. So this thing was so featured packed. It was almost like they were trying to make it future proof. Like anything that they're gonna come out with in the future, we're gonna have it covered. It was kind of like that. But the funny thing is, low key, when this keyboard dropped, a lot of people had complaints. And they were complaining, hey man, I can't audition my sound before I put it in the sequence, or hey man, the synthesizer, I can't use the synthesizer feature when I'm in this certain patch. And what was really going on was that a lot of people were not reading the manual. Every complaint that the people
sounds
were having,
about right.
that you can't do this and you can't do that, you actually could do it, but you just had to read the manual. You know what I'm saying? But you know how it is, man. We're all bougie. We're all stuck up. We're not reading no manual.
Of course.
But if you read the manual, you'd figure out that, yes, you can do these features. And
reading is fundamental sometimes. It's just the same.
But even with all these great features, the thing that makes this keyboard stand out, the Roland Phantom stand out, is the realistic sound. And what I mean by that is everything sounds the way it's supposed to sound.
That's what's up.
If you want a clav, it sounds like a clav. If you want a Rose piano, it sounds like a Rose piano. If you want a grand piano, it sounds like a grand piano. Like, there are times when someone's doing a gig and they might have their main keyboard workstation and they'll bring another one just because it has a good Rose sound in it. But no, with this unit, it's all in one. It's all in one in the box. You don't need another. You don't need to carry on another keyboard or anything like that.
Okay.
The sounds here are so realistic that it actually sounds like the instrument that you're playing. There's a story that this guy, he was working with a symphony and they needed a grand piano. So they was telling him, hey man, we need a recording of a grand piano. And these guys were experts, the ones that needed it. They've been doing it for like 50 years, so they know a true grand piano and some, simulation sample stuff. This dude is panicking. He's like, man, I gotta get this grand piano. I gotta figure this thing out. He goes, gets the Roland Phantom X, goes in his bedroom, records the piece. He goes back to the place, you know what I'm saying? Puts on a cast on his arm. He goes to the place and they listen to it and they're like, wow, man, this grand piano was incredible. Wow, thank you. Where'd you get the grand piano? He's like, man, it was crazy, man. We had to lug that grand piano up the stairs. I had to call a construction company. I broke my arm. Man, I was able, I had to do it with my left hand. That's something we learned in Juilliard, man. This guy, he amazed these people so much that they paid him double of what they were going to initially pay him because of the grand piano in the Roland Phantom. The Roland Phantom played a pivotal role in the beginning of trap music. You had producers, T.I.'s producer, DJ Tomp. You had Jazzy Faye. You had Polo the Don. These cats was rocking out on the Roland. How you going to
show Manny Fresh and not Mission Manny Fresh? Like, hold on now.
Little John was still using it. Alvin, Simon, and Theodore was on the Roland Phantom. Now, when the Roland Phantom came out, it was about
that's what they was on, though.
2000 and change, probably like $2,300. But it wasn't too expensive, It was still affordable for the average serious musician. As far as the negative things I've heard about it, I heard the pads, the 16 pads that it has. I hear it's not the most comfortable pads. They're kind of hard.
I'm not gonna front. It doesn't look like a pad that'd be very comfortable to use. I can understand that, but it's still pretty cool to have pads. But definitely like some pads that's why ain't too like comfortable like a MPC or a launch pad. Well, launch pad is like someone comfortable, not as comfortable as an MPC or the machine.
And it's a little bit of. Some people complain it's a little bit of menu diving on this unit because it's so deep. Like, you can get so deep into the menus, into the synthesis and everything like that it is a little bit of menu diving if you're not used to it. But the great thing about it is you don't have to go deep. That's a great thing. You can use it as a simple.
They can use it on Ableton. Nice.
You don't have to get into the nitty gritty of it. But for those of y'all that are tweakers and that like to tweak and like to go in, you can go in. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's the Roland Phantom X. What happened was
cool. So yeah, this was definitely. I looked like I said. As soon as I saw the whole thing, all I already knew it was gonna be a cool tool, and then the story about it, definitely sounded cool too. The mind is like any negativity or anything about it. It's like a cool tool to have as well too. But other than that, we'll continue with these every week as well too, with the keyboard-based production tools. But if you like my reaction, like, share, subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's your boy T-Bird signing off. One love.